Hi, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video you're about to watch is a replay of a live class I taught on Zoom. These classes are free of charge for everyone to join, so please invite your family and friends. They're suitable for beginners and those of you with more Qigong experience. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you enjoy the class. Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to today's Qigong class. And today's class is all about using Qigong in order to improve circulation in our legs. So this class was actually requested by someone who had an issue with restless legs, so where the legs just want to move and it's really kind of uncomfortable. The feelings can be quite uncomfortable when you have restless legs. Usually this happens at night time. So for anyone who suffers with restless legs, with varicose veins, with cold feet, with very tired and heavy legs, or really just feels like they want to get the chi moving down into the leg area a little bit more and really kind of open up the channels of energy flow in the legs, then this will be a really great practice for you. And I would encourage you to look at the text next to this video, because I'll put in a little bit more about the causes of restless legs and different, other conditions which can be improved by a Qigong routine such as this. So for this routine, you can be sitting or preferably standing because we are going to be moving the legs. However, if you feel like your legs get a little bit tired or your balance is maybe not so good, please do sit down, and you can adapt many of these exercises and still do a lot of the movements and the massage techniques that we're going to do from a sitting position. Also, if you feel as though your balance isn't so great at the moment and you need a little bit more stability, have a sturdy kind of chair or a table in front of you so you can hold on with both hands while you do the movements of the legs that I'm going to show you today. So just to begin with, just looking down at your feet and making sure that they're around hip width distance apart. Make sure you feel nice and stable and well grounded, and be very conscious of that connection of the soles of your feet with the ground. Maybe just rocking backwards and forwards a little bit, just to feel that center point where you feel as though the weight is distributed evenly between the balls of the feet and the heels. And then just relaxing in the knees. So the knees are not fully locked out, they're not straight, they're not really bent either. Just a nice soft bend in the knees. And check that your tailbone is tucked down and under. So just tucking the pelvis forward and feeling a little lift in the lower abdomen area. Shaking out the arms and just making sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed, well away from your ears. So feeling the movement of your shoulder blades in the back of your body, down towards your waist. Check that there is a lovely length in the back of the neck by tucking the chin back towards the throat, so drawing the chin in. And then looking straight ahead, bringing a smile to the corners of your mouth with the mouth closed. The tongue is resting against the roof of the mouth, and the tip of the tongue resting against the back of the upper teeth. And for a moment, close your eyes. Breathing in and out through the nose. So beginning with a little abdominal breathing to settle into our practice today and to bring ourselves into what's called the Qigong state. So a few abdominal breaths will always help to calm your mind and release any physical tension in your body in preparation for your practice. As you breathe in, feel the belly expand in all directions. So forwards, sideways, back towards the spine and the kidneys. And as you breathe out, feeling the belly shrinking. And as much as you can, breathing in and out through the nose, unless your nose is blocked for any reason, in which case you may need to use the mouth. Keep smiling and looking forward to the practice you're about to do today. As you exhale, identify any areas of discomfort or tension that you feel in the body, and gently softening that area as you breathe out. As you breathe in, using your mind and thinking of drawing in lovely, clean, fresh, energizing air into the lower abdomen area, this area we call dantian, which is our engine, our powerhouse, from where our qi or energy is circulated and distributed around the whole of the rest of the body. And gently opening your eyes now so you can see me, and keep going as much as you can with your abdominal breath throughout the duration of this practice. So every now and again, just check in with your breathing and check with yourself that you're breathing in and out through your nose, that your mouth is closed, and that you can feel that lovely expansion in the lower abdomen as you go through this practice today. So the focus of today is everything really from the waist down. So we're talking about bringing more circulation, more qi into the leg area. And there are a number of simple exercises that we can do in order to do that. So what I'd like you to begin with, first of all, is just use either your fists, loose fists, or the flats of your hands. And I just want you to feel around the hip area. So just giving yourself a little bit of a tap, maybe going around to the buttocks, into the lower back, just in this kind of waist and hip area, but being very gentle as you come to the front of the body, just wherever you feel there might be any little bit of tension. So giving yourself a tap like this, or you may decide that rubbing is better. You might want to rub, generate a little bit of heat in the lower back area. Really just get things moving in this hip and waist area to begin with. Keeping your mind on your breath, but also as we go through the practice today, using your mind to focus on the area that you're actually working on, and where your attention goes, the qi and the blood will follow. Okay. And now, if your back allows it, what I'd like you to do is just leaning forwards very slightly, coming down the outsides of the legs. So if I turn sideways on, I'll show you, just keep going like that. I'm turning sideways. I want to keep my back straight. So I'm sticking my bum out, keeping the back straight as I go down towards the knees and then back up again. So what you don't want to do is round in the back like this. It's putting too much pressure on your lower back. So try to keep your whole back area straight by moving the sit bones backwards. So again, with fists or tapping up and down, or rubbing up and down, whatever feels right for you at this particular time. Keeping going like that, a few more goes. Okay, and now coming up the insides. So tapping, and back down. Rubbing, and back down. So bringing your mind to your hands and to the insides of the legs. Keep breathing and keep smiling. And now only, again, if your back allows, going down a little bit further, down the outsides. If your back doesn't allow you to do this, stay with the upper parts of the legs. You're still helping to improve the circulation. So I'm going now from my knees, down the outside towards my ankles. So I do find that I have to round a little bit more in the back to do this. So only do this if your back is strong. And again, you can be rubbing And you may feel by now that your whole body is getting a little bit warmer. So you're really mobilizing the circulation. And then again, coming up the insides. Towards the knees. Tapping or rubbing. Whatever feels good for you. And now come all the way up and all the way down, just running the hands down the outside, breathing out, and then coming up, breathing in. So if you have any issues with low or high blood pressure, you may not want to let your head drop down to below your waist area, in which case, as you come forwards and down, you can just come to this level and then come back up. So adapt the exercise to suit your own needs. Don't ever go into pain or be uncomfortable with any of these Qigong exercises. There is no striving or pushing yourself through any kind of pain or discomfort as we work through our Qigong practice. And coming back up and releasing, drop the shoulders. And just taking a couple of breaths with the eyes closed. And observe how your body feels now. Are you warmer or colder? Can you feel your heart beating? Is your breathing any different? And how do your legs feel, most importantly? So hopefully we've brought a little bit more circulation into the legs. And we're going to continue with that now. So opening the eyes, and this is where you might need a chair if you feel you need a little bit of extra support in terms of your balance, because all we're going to do is we're just going to march on the spot by lifting the legs up and down, but doing it in a really intentional way. So lifting the legs straight up in front of you and be very careful about how you place the foot back down on the floor, so back to the shoulder width or hip width distance apart with the feet. So trying to put your foot down in the spot that it just left. And if you can't go this far up with the knees, again, adapt the exercise and just do little marches. If you can't do that, then just lift the heels off the ground. So there are many different levels at which you can perform this movement. So marching, and you can go as slowly or as quickly as you prefer. So I'm going at what I would class as a medium speed, just to maintain my balance and the control. So lifting and mobilizing the hip joints, mobilizing the knee joints in a gentle way as we do this. Keep your mind on your abdominal breath, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed and smiling. And now coming back to your shoulder width distance apart Qigong stance. Just checking by looking down at the feet now and see where you are with this. I found that I moved a little bit forward there, so I'm just correcting my stance now and getting back to where I started. And now what we're going to do is just mobilize the hips a little bit more. So again, just work with what's accessible to you. So we're going to pick up the leg, and this time we're going to circle it out and round and down, and then switch to the other side. So you might find there's a little bit of clicking going in the hips as you do this. And just do it nice and slowly, no huge movements, slowly and gently. And you can make these circles as large or as small as you would like. So my advice is to start with very small circles. And then as you oil the joints a little bit more, you may find that you can get a little bit more range of movement by increasing the size of this circle, but only if your hips allow it. But as you do this, You're thinking deep into the hip joint. Keeping your breathing going. And relax. And now this time we're going to come from the outside in. So picking up the leg and coming across the body and stepping down. So this is a slightly different action in the hip here, but again, bringing more circulation into the hip area. And this area is often quite blocked in terms of circulation, and it can prevent qi and blood getting down into the legs because it has to flow through this hip area in order to get down there to improve and keep the circulation nice and free flowing. So stepping in, and you'll find that your body tends to move a little bit with this in order to keep your balance. Couple more. So this is also a really great practice for those of you who want to improve your balance and just gain a little bit more stability. Just relaxing now. And again, just close the eyes for a moment. Smiling and feeling now into the hip joints. Bring your mind to your hips. Notice any difference from those few movements that you've just performed. Settling the breathing in and out through the nose with the mouth closed. And again, opening the eyes now so you can see me. And we're going to come down to the knees next. So with the knees, what we're going to do first of all is again, keeping that back nice and straight as you lean forward. And you may want to do this sitting. This is perfectly good to do from a sitting position. What we're going to do is just rub around the knee area. So just rubbing with the hands. You may want to, at the top of the knees, just tap around the top with fists or with the flaps of your hands, whatever feels good to you. Maybe come around the back, rubbing the backs of the knees if you can get to that area as well. But just really kind of bringing heat from your hands, qi from your hands into the knee area, really feeling into that joint and putting your mind there as you do this as well. Okay, and now very gently, we're going to pop the hands on top of the knees, and you see how my fingertips face in towards the center. So the hands are just resting above the kneecaps, so giving lots of support to the knee joint. And from here, what we're going to do very slowly is we're just going to do some small circles out, quite tiny. So we don't want to do huge circles and put any strain on any of the ligaments on the outsides of the knees, but we just want to give a little bit more flexibility to the knee joints. So circling out and then change the direction, circling in. Slowly and with deliberate intention, keeping your abdominal breathing going, smiling, and bringing your mind into your knees. So remember, with Qigong, we're working with a combination of movement, breath, and mind. So combining those three is what gives you the best experience and the most benefit. And now coming to rest, I'm just going to turn sideways on so you can see what we're going to do from here now, keeping the back nice and flat, is sit down, and again, hands in the same position, breathe out, sit down a little bit further, keeping the heels on the ground, breathing in, just releasing and coming up slightly. Breathe out, sit down, breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, sit down, really feeling this in the fronts of the thighs. Breathing in, come up. One more. Sitting down. And coming up. Come all the way up now. And again, just checking your stance, looking down just to check that you've still got the feet parallel toes facing straight ahead. And now bringing your attention to your ankles. So coming up onto the ball of one foot first. So the heel lifts off the ground. Keep yourself nice and tall. Try not to look down at your ankle because this is that squashing and crunching the front of your body. So keeping your body elevated so you can still have this nice openness around the chest area and the lower abdomen area for the breath to come in and out nice and smoothly. So now breathing using your abdominal breath, you may want to close your eyes and bring your attention to that ankle of the foot that you're going to be working with. And circling now slowly in the ankle, firstly in one direction, placing your mind deep within the ankle joint. And you'll find again, if your eyes are closed, this is a really great balancing exercise. And then change the direction. Keeping yourself nice and tall. Chin is tucked back towards the throat. There's lovely length in the back of the neck. Shoulders are relaxed as you circle the ankle. And now placing the heel back down, shift the weight to the other side. Lifting the heel and the same thing, mind in the ankle, abdominal breathing, staying nice and tall, circling. Bringing more circulation of qi and blood into your ankle joints. Change the direction. And then placing the heel back down on the floor, opening the eyes. Look down at your feet to make sure they're back in your Qigong stance position. And from here now, we're just going to bring a little bit more attention to the feet to get the circulation going into the toes. So for those of you who suffer with cold feet and cold toes, this is a really great exercise. So what I'd like you to do now is pick up all your toes from the floor. So you feel the balls of your feet pushing down a little bit more strongly into the ground, into the floor. All your toes are lifted. And now look down at your feet and tell your little toes to place themselves on the floor, keeping the other toes lifted. This is very tricky to tell your toes what to do. So now the fourth toe comes down. So spreading the toes wide can really help with this. Third toe comes down, second toe comes down, and then the big toe comes down. So that's something that's really, really great to practice. It takes a lot of kind of focus from your mind in order to get your toes to do what you want them to do. So let's just try one more time. Lifting the toes, all of them, and then placing them down one at a time, starting with the little toe first. So little toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toes. So just by doing that simple movement, it's bringing a lot more of your mind focus into your feet. And where your mind goes, the qi and the blood tend to follow as well. So doing that on a regular basis is a fantastic exercise, especially for anyone who maybe isn't so mobile. If you find that you spend a lot of your time sitting during the day for whatever reason, then just to do small exercises with the ankles and the feet can really help to keep those areas of the body nice and warm. So just to finish off now, what we're going to do is we're just going to pick one leg up and we're going to shake it out however you want. So you might want to do circles, you might want to kick forwards, you might want to kick sideways. And again, hold on to a chair or a table if you find that your balance is not so great today. Just really shake that leg out now and feel into it. And then placing the foot back down and moving to the other side. So get your balance first and then shaking the leg. Keep going with the breathing. Keep smiling. This is a great exercise to show to children. Children love this because they kind of get to move their bodies a lot and they get to practice balance, and it's really good fun. So if you've got children or grandchildren, it might be a really great thing to practice with them for a bit of family bonding. And relax. Okay, checking again. Your feet are parallel, hip width distance apart, little bend in your knees. Coming back now to your Qigong stance. Relax the shoulders. Close the eyes, close the mouth. Coming back to your abdominal breath. And observing now how that lower half of your body feels. Is it warmer or colder? Do you feel any sensations of tingling or numbness or heaviness or lightness or anything at all? Anything that you happen to observe, all the way down to the tips of the toes. Observe your breath. As you breathe in, the belly expands in all directions, and as you breathe out, the belly shrinks. Placing one hand over the lower abdomen, still with your eyes closed. The hand is flat over your belly, just below your belly button. The other hand placed directly on top of that. Smiling. Bringing your mind now to the lower abdomen, to Dantian. And now circling the hands in one direction, just to seal in all that lovely chi that you've been absorbing and working with. And then change the direction, rubbing the belly nice and gently. And keeping the eyes closed still, bring the palms of the hands together and rub them until they get really, really hot. It should be nice and warm already from all of that leg massaging we've been doing. And then placing one palm over each eye, fingers up towards the ceiling, feeling the heat from the palms going in through the eyes, through the back of the eyes, into the mind to nourish the mind. And then giving your face a little rub, a little face massage to finish your practice and bring yourself back into the room. And then as you drop the hands, slowly and gently open the eyes. So that is a simple little Qigong routine in order to bring more circulation of Qi and blood into the whole of the lower body area, all the way down through the legs. And as I said, it can benefit anybody with restless legs, with varicose veins, with cold feet, and with a number of different issues that you may have around your joints, in your hips, in your knees, in your ankles, for example. So I would encourage you to look at the text that is next to this video for more information about that. And as always, if you have any questions, please send them to me at my email, which is janice@spacetorelax.com, or post them in the comment section in our Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. Also, as most of you know already, these classes are completely free of charge, but if you enjoyed the class and you would like to donate by way of thank you, then half the proceeds go to the intensive care unit staff here at my local hospital and half go towards the upkeep of my website. So I really do hope you enjoyed this class, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you enjoyed this Qigong lesson, then there are 4 things you can do right now. The first thing is to head over to my website, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you'll see that you can join up for a free 3-part video series. The second thing you can do is click the link next to this video to sign up for the live Qigong classes, as I teach these once a week. The third thing you can do is go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. That's my free group where you can post any questions, and please do join the group. And the fourth thing is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then please hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and look forward to seeing you in the next video.